Hey everybody, Fat Brad here. Again, wanted to talk about the latest project that I've been working on. I'm almost done with it. Wanted to show you before I actually finished. So, if you remember from one of the earlier videos where I replaced the steering wheel on this, I have this 1978 f250 that I've just been progressively fixing up and modifying and everything. I decided I wanted to tow with it because the motor that we had built has a mild tow build, I should say, on it. And I just sold the diesel that I had, if you saw my last video, or one of my last videos. So I want to tow with this. I think it'll tow great. So I ordered this hitch. Have to drill holes in the frame. I've had to drill holes in the frame. I've had to cut some bolts off because they were in the way. I'll sneak down here and I'll try to show you what I'm talking about. So, right, these bolts right here, this was in the way. This is just the side support for the side of the bumper right there. So I'll get some new bolts to put in there, but I couldn't fit it in all the way. So I had to take the bolts off on both sides, if you can see that up there, and then just drilled 1, 2, 3 holes, 1, 2, 3 holes. I did have to modify one of these little square washers. I'm not sure what they're called. Again, I'm still learning as I go. I had to grind it down quite a bit to make it fit because it wouldn't line up with the hole. It kept hitting the side of the frame. So I also had to buy a new tool, which, as you get going on this journey of trying to become a generalist, you will realize you just start acquiring new tools. So I needed a bench grinder. Picked that up from Home Depot for 80 bucks. And I've wanted a bench grinder. I've got an angle grinder, which I had to use to cut the bolts off. But a bench grinder just makes it a little bit nicer when you're trying to make a uniform cut and everything. Anyway, so that's what I'm doing. I've got all the hardware ready. The hitch is awkward and heavy to lift up there, so I'm using a little ATV jack that I have to line it up, and then I'll lift it and then just bolt it up. I'm gonna get to that and then I'll take a video of it being done. Good morning, everybody. Fat Brad. Tried to finish the hitch project on the 78 last night. Ran into a couple more hiccups. Again, this is what happens. So when I was trying to put the rest of the hardware in, turns out all of these square spacers didn't fit. I couldn't get the bolts to drop down in through here, and then through the holes that I drilled in the frame. So I'm having to grind every single one of them down. I mean, I'm cutting probably kids are playing with the dog. I'm only cutting probably 1/8 of an inch off is all, not much. I'm just grinding it down, but that's where I'm at right now. Otherwise, the hitch is on. I only have a couple more to grind down, and I'll show you what she looks like. All right, guys, back at it. Just finished the hitch job on the 78. I wanted to show you what she looks like after it's all said and done. Pretty low profile. It doesn't stick out too far below, and it sits flush with the bumper line. This is my puppy. He's still a pain in the butt. Move, move. Oh, he likes to climb on me when I get down. But I wanted to show you underneath here kind of how it turned out. So that's your hardware. Again, I had to drill the 3 holes in the frame. I had to grind down these little square or rectangular spacers that go up here so that they would actually line up with the holes. They tell you to center the hitch on this rivet. This is kind of your guide right there, centered front to back and side to side on both sides of it, which I did. It's super solid, it's straight, looks good. It was a hassle. Again, things didn't go the way that I expected them to go. Did have to grind those bolts off of the little side support right there. So I'm gonna have to get a couple more bolts and nuts for that, but overall, turned out really well. Looks good, I like it. That is the Curt heavy duty or XD hitch. It's got like a 16,000 pound tow capacity, which I'll never be towing that much with this truck. And then a 2,400 pound tongue weight capacity. So overall, I like it. It looks sleek. Now I'll be able to tow with this. I think the most I'll ever tow is probably 5,000-6,000 pounds, somewhere around there. But now it's all set up. Got plenty of capacity. Looks like the dog approves. Little Luke. One of these days we'll get him trained. Thanks, guys. Good luck. Remember, have confidence. Start a project. Do it. It's not going to go the way that you plan. Things are going to throw a wrench in the gears, if you will. Even with those bolts that I had to cut off, I tried heating and cooling to bust them, but they were, I mean, it's a 1978, so almost 50 years old. The nut and the bolt were basically one piece. Wasn't coming off even with my big long breaker bar. Wouldn't even budge. Started bending my breaker bar actually, so that wasn't good. Anyway, good luck, guys. Keep practicing, keep trying. Just have the confidence in yourself to try something. You'll figure it out. You'll learn it. You'll fail. You'll get better. Keep going. Become a generalist. Thanks, guys.